Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Cesar Cornejo, Weather Rate certified 10 years in a row.
Cesar, have you seen the Batman movie? And it's looking like a dark night out there.
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen The Dark Knight, Nick, but I haven't seen any of the new Batman movie. Definitely have to go catch that one. But right as of now, we're still catching a few snowflakes here around the Wasatch Front. Scott Taylor sent this one in from Magna, seeing a little bit of accumulation on grassy surfaces, but most of the roads continue to stay wet, and that's really all we expect to get out of this system. The mountains still continue to see those lingering showers as well, and we actually do have a high wind warning thanks to this system now exiting for parts of central and southern Utah, and we'll get into that in just a moment. We'll see that throughout the rest of the week it is calm, and we start to warm up, having temperatures feeling a lot much more like spring. Here in Alta, barely seeing anything from the camera, and it is tough to see anything right now as we have plenty of snowy conditions thanks to this one system still making its way through our area, and that's why we have that wet weather hanging around. But behind it, we have that clearing and drier air, so we do get a break after all is said and done. Yet we still have a few showers hanging over top of the Salt Lake Valley, mostly for parts of the Wasatch Mountains now, as we're starting to lose that moisture and the cooler, drier air starts to settle in. And when we take a look at what we have so far for these wind advisories, we have some in effect for parts of central Utah. This high wind warning over towards Castle Country as well is in effect, where we can see some wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. And as we go throughout the rest of tonight, we'll see that this high wind warning still stays in place and goes into effect throughout Monday afternoon for parts of the lower valleys in Washington County, and that's due to that strong northerly winds. We're already seeing some of those strong northerly winds on Futurecast popping up in the next few hours, and that's why we have that high wind warning. That system continues to move on out, drying out, so overnight into southeast Utah, we won't see much in the way of shower activity, even continuing into Monday, but that's where all of the strong northerly winds really take place. And when we see that, we know that gap winds become an issue, especially in southern Utah. But throughout the rest of the week, we'll see that it does remain a little bit on the windy side, but not as strong, and then high pressure really dominates for us. And that's why we'll see with our temperature, it really jumps up well above what we are normally at for this time of year. And when we look at our regional forecast for tonight and tomorrow, temperatures, while they are cooler for our overnight lows, we do warm up back into the 40s, even some 50s and 60s like St. George. That's where we'll see the 60s, 70s continuing throughout the middle of the week, and then 80s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Looking at the Wasatch Front, we have temperatures hanging around those 40s, slowly increasing into the 50s and 60s, and then 70s by Saturday and Sunday.